Good evening, South Tama Trojan fans. Welcome into the annual intra-squad scrimmage here with the STC Trojans. We've got head coach Nate Van Dyke addressing the crowd here real quick. We'll kind of pause and let him finish talking, and then we'll introduce what we're doing here tonight.
Bevanan pretty much runs the whole thing. I'm kind of hands off there, so big thanks to her. She's not here to hear me say that, but if you see her, tell her thanks and the whole Bevanan crew. We've also got some shirts for sale over here. About half of that goes for the wrestling program as well. If you want to get yourself a shirt, there's also order forms if you want to order one for later on. There's also some signs over here, and I think those are left over. Those go for after prom. Those go to after prom. So thanks to everybody who helped out tonight. As you can see, we've got good numbers this year. We're sitting at 42 boys on the boys wrestling team and 19 girls. 19 girls is a big improvement from last year. We had only 6 last year. We're up to 19. The girls have had 2 competitions under their belt already. They were here last Thursday, and they placed 3rd place out of how many? 18 teams on Thursday. And then on Saturday, they had a 12-hour, 32-team tournament, and they placed 5th out of 32 teams. And the only teams that beat them are like big schools, like at least doubling, tripling our enrollment. So they're off to a great start so far this year. Just announced coach. Also, thanks to Matt Probasco for announcing tonight. He'll be announcing at most of our home events. He also does the football games. Thanks to him for volunteering his time. This inter-squad meet's a little bit different. We want to kind of get that wrestling atmosphere, but it's kind of hard because your kids wrestling their teammate. So I encourage the wrestlers to coach each other up, cheer each other on to kind of make it a little bit more exciting of an atmosphere. But you'll notice once we get started, it's not quite that crazy wrestling atmosphere that we all love. But feel free to cheer and get as loud as you can. Keeping in mind that our referees are coaches. They're not certified referees. They're going to do their best. They might blow a call here or there, but they're going to be pretty darn good as well. Coaches over there is Coach Steve Chima. He's the middle school coach. He was the state of Iowa middle school coach of the year last year. Just a round of applause for him quick. He's been doing this thing for a long time. He coaches the middle school boys and girls, does an awesome job, super passionate, and he helps us retain a lot of wrestlers into high school. Next to him back there in the blue hats, a volunteer coach, that's Dalton Rosenberg. He was a state medalist for us in 2018, so he volunteers his time. Over here's Jason Arp. He's one of the girls head coaches, along with Danny Ellsbury. He's the other co-head coach for the ladies. And those guys are in their 2nd year at the helm there. Next to Ellsbury back there is Logan Arp. Logan Arp was a 3-time medalist for us and a state finalist. He's kind of a recent grad. He's volunteering his time. He helps the girls team, but he also gets in there and straps with some of our lower middleweights as well, so he's a great resource for us. These 2 guys standing right next to each other. Coach Kaufman's in his 9th year of coaching here. I just made that up. I don't know how many years, but he was a state qualifier for us. He was a sophomore when I first came back 13 or 14 years ago. So he's a paid varsity assistant on the boys' side. And then Bailey Chima's our other paid assistant on the boys' side. He's entering his 3rd or 4th year. He also teaches 5th grade. He was a 3rd place medalist for us back in 2016, I believe. Am I missing anybody else? I'm just going by sight here. We've got Coach Travis Smith back here. He's been coaching a long time. He was one of my coaches back when I wrestled in the early 2000s, and he's a great technician. He's an awesome resource for us as well. And then Baron Davis hasn't been able to get into the room yet with his work schedule, but he's a volunteer, and he's going to help us referee tonight as well. So thanks to those guys. Like I said, if you haven't donated yet, go ahead and do it. I'm not good at asking people for money, but we use those things for overnight trips and things of that nature. So Matt Probasco is going to announce some lineups. We're going to do a national anthem, and then we'll let the fur fly a little bit. Thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, when I announce your name, head out the center mat, shake your opponent's hand. Wrestling first on mat 1, Giovanni Perez versus Brayton Chamara. Cale Graff versus Eli Cruikshank. Romero Sackett versus Kyle Heck. Eli Brannon versus Amare Chavez. Clayton Babinet versus Mikhail Baer. Caleb Coster versus Cody Blocker. Anthony Thompson versus Drayton White. Raul Bolanos versus Alvaro Castro. Kyle Youngbear versus Madden Martinez. Livia Smith versus Taylor Johansson. Ava Hendricks versus Kaylee Holloway. Ioletto Kingberg versus Cami Sibula. Landon Jeanette versus Ava Perkins. Paisley Rowe versus Willow Cole. Cami Sibula versus Emma Slifer. Autumn Ellsbury versus Abigail Chima. Taylor Johansson versus Edith Mora. Ioletta Kingberg versus Brooklyn Mitchell. Alejandro Valdez versus Rayden Forsyth. Kinzer Jeanette versus Cyrus Mathis. Tristan Shenandoah versus Wyatt Silhonic. Kyan McBride versus Brando Romero. Carver Chichak versus Kyle Heck. Anthony Thompson versus Cody Blocker. Madden Martinez versus Natavius Sanders. Maylee Ellsbury versus Coach Logan Art. Manuel Cervantes versus Enrique Anaya. Travis Chichak versus Rayden Hill. Donovan Rossbaum versus David King. Rayden Chamara versus Wyatt Smith. Kyle Youngbear versus Chance Ryan. And Manuel Cervantes versus either Molonos or Castro. And the most anticipated match of the night, Gavin Bridgewater versus Old Man Coach Kaufman. Please rise if you are able and remove your headwear for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, welcome in, Trojan fans. We just kind of got done with some announcements and starting lineups here in this intra-squad scrimmage. I'm Darvin Graham. I'm joined by my co-host this evening, Scott Boland. Scott, how are you today? Great to have you back with us here in this this winter season.
Yeah, I'm excited, doing well, excited for wrestling season. It's always a fun time of the year, and good thing about addition of the women's season is now it's a little bit longer. So we've gotten into some meets already with middle school and girls, and just having fun.
You bet. All right, so we're going to run 2 mats today, and these will be scrimmage matches between South Tama boys varsity and girls varsity. All right.
Yeah, I think one thing, it's just been really fun to see this inter-squad meet grow. I think when we first started coaching, we used to do it in the wrestling room, and some parents and stuff like that would come, and now to see just a full gym on the other side of us and enjoy wrestling. So it's been, and combined with the soup dinner for fundraising and stuff like that, it's been just a really good event.
Yeah, it's really been nice to see the two things kind of get brought together and really make a nice night of celebration for the wrestling program to kick things off, even though the girls have been at it for a couple meets already. It's been exciting to see that program grow. We just heard Coach Van Dyke say that their numbers have grown to 19 in total, up from 6 last year, and they've been competing quite well in their first 2 meets. I believe at the home meet last week was a 3rd place finish as a team, and then a 5th place finish last Saturday at Nevada in a 32-team tournament that was an all-day affair over there. So congrats to the girls on their solid start to the season. And so right now we're waiting for our first boys match over on mat 1 here on the right to your screen. And
it's going to be Giovanni Perez and Braden Camera on mat 1. Right now on mat 2, we have going Livia Smith, who's a freshman, and Taylor Johansson, who I believe is a sophomore. So excited to see this match with Livia and Taylor. Taylor had some varsity experience last year. Livy wrestled 2 years in middle school, kind of evolved with our middle school girls program to where she was able to wrestle on the boys season for a little bit, and then also was on the first middle school girls team that we've had. Had that program going strong for 2 years now, and she was definitely part of growing that.
So we are still scoreless.
Got a score over on mat 2. Yep, Livy got a takedown and some back points.
So Smith in the multicolored singlet, Johansson in the black and white.
Giovanni's got the early lead on mat 1. 2-0. Looks like they're going to do the intentional escape, so it's going to be 2-1 on their feet. Giovanni saw some varsity action last year. I think
113.
113,
yep.
Yeah, filled in. First year wrestler last year as a freshman. Stepped up and stepped in when he needed to. Got a lot of JV experience too. Braden Camera, I'm less familiar with. I want to say he's a sophomore, junior. Moved in after middle school, but kind of similar as far as getting a lot of JV matches in last year throughout the year.
There's the reversal on the girls' match over there. Smith scoring another 2, up now 7-0.
The scramble situation here for Giovanni and Camera. It looks like Camera's going to. Oh, they're still haven't given the 2 yet. It's a legal hold.
Camera controlling that top half. Perez doing a good job getting the hips pushed up and pushed around.
Gonna get some 2 takedown and 3 near fall. So now we're looking at 6-2, I believe. Camera should be in the lead. Competitive match.
Olivia Smith still in control over on mat 1. Smith had a really nice showing in her first meet. I got to see her and then the rest of the team on Thursday of last week at the home meet, and she made it all the way into the finals, wrestled a good finals match, and was right there with her opponent until the end. Came up as the runner-up, but a really balanced wrestler, especially for a freshman. Seems pretty comfortable and calm on the mat.
Yeah, she, you know, like I said, started in 7th grade and just really embraced the sport and has wrestled in some tournaments. It could be a little bit of a shock if you just wrestled a middle school season.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different, right? You get 2 to 3 matches a night. That tournament feel is a little bit different, so she's making that transition really well, and she set herself up well doing some bigger tournaments last year, just to kind of gain that experience. So it's going to be fun to see what she can do this freshman year.
And Johansson in her 2nd season with the program, she was one of the 6 last year and wrestled a ton with the varsity team. And it'll be exciting to see how she comes back. I believe sophomore, right?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yep. So a lot of growth, and exciting to see how she develops too. Another takedown there by Smith. She leads 9-0. And Chamra in control pretty well against Perez here in our first boys match of the night.
Ooh, legal hold.
And 1 point given to Perez off the legal hold there. Eight to 3 now. Perez was also part of the South Tama's boys cross country team this year with a big group there. Ran mostly on the JV squad, but was a part of that team that made their first ever qualification to the state meet this year. That was really exciting. Trojan fans will recall that from a month ago.
Very exciting. Awesome.
Livia Smith leading 11-1 against Taylor Johansson in the first girls bout of the night.
Yep, that's how it'll end, 11-2 with Livia Smith winning. Good match, good competitive match to start off the girls' mat.
Now wrestling on mat 2, Ava Hendricks and Kaylee Holloway.
We're into the 3rd period on mat number 1 with Giovanni Perez and Camera's on top, 8-3. The reversal from Perez, so it'll now be 5-8. Now wrestling on mat number 2, Ava Hendricks and Keely Holloway. Keely Holloway is a freshman this year, also wrestled on the middle school girls team last year. Ava Hendricks, I believe, is from
East Marshall.
East Marshall.
Yep.
So
South Tama with 4 wrestlers from East Marshall this year, also 1 from GMG. So very diverse group. Bringing in some other schools that are looking to get involved with the girls wrestling season in their 2nd year. And there's a takedown by Holloway. Perez able to tack on another 2, and he trails by 3 with 30 seconds to go in his final period.
Yeah, he's working on a cradle there. Just kind of getting to that point in the match, 25 seconds, needs some points.
Reversal by Hendricks, and she ties it up 2-2. And we're not, well, let's see here. So I guess we are kind of categorized, and our program here doesn't list weight classes, but I think we're kind of loosely going as close as we can with that.
I pulled up the roster on track wrestling too, so I kind of know, Giovanni, Braden are probably in the 120, 113 class. And I have to pull up the girls. I want to say Keeley wrestled at 115 possibly this last weekend.
Braden Shamra defeats Giovanni Perez by decision 8-5. And we're on to our second boys bout of the day.
Yep, now on mat 1 we'll have Cale Graff,
Now wrestling on mat 1,
junior, kind of a,
Eli Crookshank.
I don't want to say super junior, but a junior that we're going to lose after this year. Is going to graduate early. And then Eli Crookshank, who's a freshman. Eli coming with, good experience as a youth and middle school wrestler, but coming in against Graff, who has 2 years of varsity experience, wrestled down at that 106 weight class the last 2 years, and he gained a lot of just experience and knowledge, grinding it out all season long. Graff takes the early lead with a takedown 2-0.
An escape on the girls' side, ties it up at 3. Hendricks with the escape. Into the second period, midway into the second. And if you can kind of see both wrestlers, well, we'll go by the headgear. So Holloway in the black headgear and the red band, and Hendricks in the white headgear and the green band.
It's a good competitive match over there, 3-3. That's fun. Graff working on a cradle on Crookshank. Crookshank doing a good job fending it off. I think one of the biggest adjustments for freshmen is just that bottom position, learning how to get up and get out against more experienced guys.
Takedown awarded to Hendricks over on the girls' side. And she controls on top with 30 seconds left to go in the second period there.
Graff working on back points on mat 1 on Crookshank. We'll earn 3 back, 5 seconds left in the first period. We'll take a 5-0 lead going into the second period. Graff's going to go neutral to start the second. Weight class, these guys will probably be 113, 120 again.
Yeah, Graff has been kind of slated in at that 106 spot for his last 2 seasons, and be interesting to see how if South Tama can get a wrestler in that roster spot this year.
Yeah, it can be tough at times. Sometimes you're just looking for small guys in the hallway to
yeah, right.
get out there. But yeah, I definitely think Cale's outgrown it this year, and he'll be competing for that 113, 120 pound spot, maybe 120.
Another takedown by Hendricks. She leads now over Keely Holloway, 7-3. And still a 5-0 lead for Graff over.
So it should be 9-0 now.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, 9-0 takedown and two back. A little bit high on the legs right now. Oh, Holloway's coming back there.
Tough position for Hendricks as she's got to fight off the attack there.
Looking to tie it up if she secures 3 back points. Obviously end it with the fall. Yeah. What a good match. Holloway was down 9-4. Took her down to her back and pinned her, so never over until it's over.
Now wrestling on
Graff
mat
also ends the match with the fall on mat 1. So now wrestling on mat 2, Ailita Kingbird and Cami, I'm sorry.
Sibila. But hold on here.
Doesn't look right,
Nope.
though. Looks like Paisley Bro and Willow Cole are now wrestling on mat 2. They're going out of order on us.
Oh, good.
And then looks like we are going to have Kyle Heck and Ramiro Sackwick.
I think Pravasco had it Sakic.
Sakic. That sounds good.
Yeah, we're going to need to check that.
Yeah, two guys. Kyle Heck, I believe, maybe wrestled when he was younger. I'm not sure he's wrestled when in high school, and he's a senior now, so good to see him going out and giving it a shot. Maybe he's been on and off in high school. I just don't recall him
I'm not
last
sure.
year.
I don't remember his name from last year either, but we did have a big squad, and
yep,
it was mostly on varsity.
And then Ramiro might be a new student.
Yep.
Not familiar, but.
Quick takedown there by Paisley Bro against Willow Cole. Leading 2-0 now.
She'll win with the fall.
And a quick pin by Paisley Bro.
Now wrestling on mat 2, Ailita Kingbird and Emma Slifer.
So I think Cami Sibila might not be competing today. So we're having some she didn't come out for the announcements, and we're sliding some things around.
Yep. Maybe she got injured in warm-up or something like that. But yeah, we'll have two freshmen, Ailita Kingbird and Emma Slifer. Still scoreless on mat number 1 with the boys between Heck and Ramiro.
South Tama fans, if you're looking for the girls varsity basketball broadcast tonight, we don't have that obviously here on Trojan Country. We're doing wrestling this evening. You can find a full video coverage broadcast over on KFJB TV. If you look up KFJB, the radio station over in Marshalltown, they've got an excellent video product they're working over there for the last couple of years. And they've got full play-by-play coverage and video coverage on YouTube. If you look them up on YouTube, you'll see that game underway here in about an hour at around 7 o'clock. That's scheduled to start. So if you're looking for the basketball game tonight, that's where you can find it. Best of luck to the girls as the varsity basketball season gets underway this evening. South Tama on the road to Marshalltown. And last year, the Marshalltown game was one of the more exciting ones for the girls team. That was a win for STC. It was back and forth and kind of came down to a last couple of minutes in the fourth. So it'll be interesting to see how those two teams pair up again this year. Still scoreless on both matches here in this kind of third round of the scrimmage event.
Should have an escape now for Sakic. He, I don't know if he chose down to begin the second period, so he's up 1-0. And then, yeah, scoreless on mat 1 between the two freshmen, Slifer and Kingbird.
Slifer will choose down, and Kingbird will get to work on top in the second. And the takedown now by Sakic. And an escape by Heck. If you're just tuning in, a quick recap. We're about in the third round of this meet here tonight. On the boys' side, Braden Shamrock got an 8-5 decision win over Giovanni Perez in round 1. And Cale Graff pinned Eli Crookshank in round 2. That takes us up to where we are now. On the girls' side, Livia Smith won an 11-2 decision over Taylor Johansson.
And then Ailita just wins by fall there in the second period over Slifer. So that is going to bring up Abigail Chima
and
Autumn Ellsbury. It's a good competitive match here. Both, obviously Autumn was a state place winner last year. Abigail, state qualifier in back-to-back weights. Two more pioneers of kind of the women's wrestling here at South Tama. Both were a part of the first middle school wrestling season. Obviously, Autumn and her sister, big part of the, and Dad, big part of the building of the girls program. So just been a lot of fun to watch and see it grow and explode. So.
No doubt these two girls have faced each other a ton in the last year or so, and
every day in practice.
Right.
And, But it's fun. It's a different atmosphere to come in, compared to the wrestling room, to come in here. Little more emphasis on your moves, a little more behind your moves at times when you're out in front of a crowd. So it'll be fun for the kids for sure. Looks like we're 3-5 on the mat 1 with the boys. Heck trails 3-5 to Sakic. We're in the third, just got started here in the third period.
There's a takedown by Ellsbury, and she scores her first points.
Autumn likes that underhook, hits a nice knee pick. Abigail did a good job just recovering, not going to her back. She's working the wing series.
Chima defends. Ellsbury kind of adjusts.
Pretty tough on top, Autumn.
Yeah.
You can tell when she gets on top, and in the competition, she struggled a little bit on her feet. I remember one period, scoreless, and then gets on top and definitely goes to work and puts it on her opponents.
Almost to her feet there, Abigail Chima just about got there, but the throwdown by Ellsbury will end the first period. 2-0. They go back, started the second.
Still sitting at 5-3 on mat 1 between Heck and Sakic. Autumn gets another takedown, so now she leads 4-0. Really working on a half Nelson right now, and looks like she's going to get Abigail to go over. Some back points.
Oh,
it's going to be tough there.
Yeah, I think bonked her brother on the head there. That's going to be it for the girls' match. Ellsbury wins by fall. All smiles as they're competing well. Good sportsmanship there.
Closing 10 seconds here on mat 1. Looks like we're going to end 5-3. Sakic taking the win.
So Ramiro Sakic defeats Kyle Heck in the third round of the boys' scrimmage.
Now on mat 2, we have Livy Smith, I believe, again.
Yeah.
Against Edith Mora. Looks like she might be filling in for Johansson. Hansen.
Oh, yep.
Now up for the boys, Amari Chavez, returning state place winner. He's going to take on Eli Brannon. Well, everybody was district qualifier last year,
Right.
right? Yeah. Maybe year before.
Yeah, Brandon's been just outside
That state
that
qualifier,
state qualifying. Yeah, and he's had some tough brackets as he's gotten into his postseason runs the last couple of years. But here, back for his senior year, and has had a lot of competitive wrestling in the room with Amari and Mikhail Bear around his weight size.
Yep, definitely puts a lot of time into the sport. You know, he's in there a lot, spring, summer, fall, just trying to get better. Same with Amari, kind of constantly working on their craft. Amari obviously part of that cross-country team as well. Got a good little scramble here with Eli in on a leg. Amari's going to go ahead and go behind for the takedown 2. Livy Smith is up big already, 11-0 in the first period on mat number 2. Looks like she'll collect some more back points there for the 14-0 lead here in the first period.
Quick work by Smith. She nears tech fall territory. Reminder, our next broadcast here on Trojan Country will be next Tuesday after the Thanksgiving holiday. We've got a doubleheader basketball matchup here at the Roundhouse. There's a takedown by Smith over on the girls' side, and that will do it. 16-0.
Now wrestling on mat 2, Island of Kingbird and Brooklyn Mitchell.
Closing out the first period here with Chavez up 2-0 on Brannon. Brannon's going to defer. Chavez is going to go down to begin the second. Up on mat number 2, Iolita Kingbird and Brooklyn Mitchell. Kingbird already out here against Slifer a little bit earlier today. Brooklyn Mitchell from GMG. It's another one of our non-South Tama students on the wrestling team. She also, two freshmen here, Iolita and Brooklyn, both wrestled on the middle school team last year. It's pretty familiar with each other. Mari looking for the reversal here on mat number 1, which he'll get. Kind of in a Turk position, has Eli's legs split. Not a good, yeah, Eli did a good job getting his legs back.
You should probably start stretching.
Mitchell up 2-1 against Kingbird on the girls' side. And the reversal for Chavez gives him a 4-0 lead against Eli Brannon, 2 seniors. Kind of in that 126, 132.
Yep.
It's going to be a competitive, looking at the district pairings that came out a couple of days ago. Those middle weights are going to be pretty competitive. Just sort of putting on paper the state returners that come in for all the teams that South Tama is going to face. Of course, the weight classes are going to shift around a little bit. It's hard to tell who's going to land where this early in the season, but
yeah, it's always kind of fun to look ahead and kind of see where we project people are going to land, and a little strategy in that. You definitely put some thought into what's the best weight classes for our guys, what's going to put them in the best chance to get their goals. And it's definitely a goal for both these guys to be in Des Moines in February, and looking to get on the podium, obviously, again for Amari, and I think that Eli's in that class too.
So So looking out at the district competition this year, South Tama again goes to Williamsburg, and they will compete against Anamosa, Davis County, Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont, Grinnell, Vinton-Shellsburg, Washington, and Williamsburg. And really not too many, each school bringing back a state qualifier into the field. There's a takedown over on the girls' match. That was Mitchell over Kingbird.
She leads 5-1. We're neutral here in the third on Chavez and Brandon's match. I'm assuming Brandon took neutral. Brandon kind of picking up his activity level here a little bit, just kind of looking for an opening to pull the trigger and take a shot. In that first period, he was able to get in on a leg. Mitchell collecting some back points over there. She'll take an 8-1 lead. Minute to go in the second period. Nice reshot from Brandon. Seemed like a lot going on right now score-wise, but these guys are busy. They're active, hand fighting, looking for an angle, pushing the pace. So it's for the untrained eye, doesn't seem like a lot, but a lot of fun. Just these guys are working hard. Nice leg attack there from Brandon. Mari does a good job just getting his hips back and his legs back. Heavy hipped. He's going to go around and collect a 2 to end the match here, and he'll take a 6-0 win. But just good hard-fought match. Both guys competed really hard.
Now wrestling on mat 1, Clayton Babinette, Mikhail Bear.
Ultimately, just those competitive goes, that's what makes them tougher in competition.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up here on mat number 1, we'll have Clayton Babinette taking on Mikhail Bear. Mikhail Bear, returning state qualifier. Clayton Babinette just kind of been filling in spots as needed over the last 2 years, getting a lot of JV experience, put in a lot of time in the postseason too. Just definitely kind of his sport and puts a lot of time in it. Mikhail Bear gets to take down early here in the first period, 2-0 lead. We're in the third period on the girls' match with Mitchell up 9-1. Clayton in on a shot. So they were neutral.
A little acrobatics there by Bear. Does a nice job getting down on that attack, and got an opportunity here as the two are fighting it out.
Babinette looks to peek through. Good kind of scramble here. Kale doing a good job just kind of staying tight. 50-50 position there. Gets the 2 takedowns, takes a 4-1 lead. .30 seconds left in the Mitchell-Kingbird match. Mitchell's still up 9-1. Been on their feet kind of for the majority of this third period. Bear looking for a tilt, but Babinette was able to roll through.
Final seconds of this girls' match. And it's going to be Brooklyn Mitchell going on to a 9-1 decision win over Ioletta Kingbird.
Now wrestling on mat 2,
End of the first between Babinette and Bear. Bear's going to defer choice to Babinette. Babinette's going to go neutral.
Mat 2, Anthony Thompson and Drayton White. You're on deck, mat 2.
Now up on mat number 2, we have Keely Holloway and London Jeanette. Mikhail Bayer with a quick takedown in the second period. He's taking a 6-1 lead on mat number 1. Seen Holloway already. London Jeanette, another freshman. It's pretty freshman heavy squad. It's
Yep.
kind of the opposite with the boys team. A lot of seniors, a lot of experienced seniors on this team. But with the girls team, just obviously with the young program, it's exciting to have that many freshmen, and that's how we're going to grow it and be competitive.
1 minute yet to go in the second period here between Bear and Babinet. 8-1 lead here from Mikhail Bear in his senior season, looking to get back to Des Moines after a first-year qualification last year. Did not place, but had a great season and has improved year over year. Still scoreless in the girls' match. Under a minute to go in the first.
London Jeanette goes ahead and gets the 2 takedown, just go behind, take a 2-0 lead. Bear looking for a tilt again, couldn't quite get him to break that 45, so he's still with a 9-1 lead, but goes and rolls through, so collecting some back points there. It's like Davis gives him 3 near fall. So he'll take a 12-1 lead into the third period. Bear's going to go neutral.
Start of the third. And Bear up big here against Clayton Babinet. We're all tied up between Holloway and Jeanette. Holloway scores a takedown, and start of the second period now.
Got 2 takedown towards the out of bounds line and 3 near fall, so that's going to end the match in a tech fall on that one. So Bear collecting a tech fall over Babinet.
Now wrestling on mat 1, Caleb Coster, Cody Blocker.
Up next on the boys' side, Caleb Coster and Cody Blocker.
Halfway through the match on mat 2, London Jeanette currently leading 3-2 as the girls are neutral. Holloway hits a headlock and throws Jeanette to her back. She's got the 2 takedown and then looking for more.
Quick attack by Blocker as he's working on top. And the takedown.
Now wrestling on mat 2, Anthony Thompson, Drake White.
Keely Holloway wins by fall on mat 2. We're going to move some of the boys' matches over there. Anthony Thompson and Drayton White.
And Alvaro Castro, you're on the next available mat.
Coster goes neutral here. Good to see Cody Blocker wrestling. I feel like he's been hampered with injuries over the last couple years, so probably hasn't really been able to complete a full wrestling year this year, if at all. So at the high school level, so just good to see him competing.
Takedown early from Drayton White against Anthony Thompson, and he's now leading 2-0. A couple more wrestlers that have had a lot of experience in the varsity program, but have kind of been in the back seat of those middleweights up to now.
Yeah, White definitely had a lot of varsity experience last year. kind of falls in that just tough part of our lineup, you know, and fill in where he could, get a lot of experience.
Thompson a little younger, and he trails 2-1 with a minute to go in the first period.
Into the first period on mat number 1. Blocker's still in the lead 2-1. Coster's choice, and he's going to go neutral to start second period. Thompson on a shot. They're going to be out of bounds. No takedown. Still neutral.
Another takedown for Blocker. And Cody Blocker leading
4-1.
4-1 against Caleb Coster.
Drayton Whiting on a good shot to end the first period here, and looks like he will collect 2. Take a 4-1 lead. 7 seconds left, and they'll restart in the middle.
Our next wrestling coverage will be a couple weeks from now. It'll be Thursday, December 7. It'll be the Pin the Gym event for the STC Activities Boosters and a double duel. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. It is going to be a double-header duel against Benton with boys and girls wrestling. So that is Thursday, December 7. Action starts at 6 p.m. We'll have the coverage live here on Trojan Country if you can't make it out. So that's the next time we're going to have South Tama Wrestling in action on Trojan Country.
Cody Blocker wins on mat number 1 by fall over Coster. Now it looks like we'll have Raul Bolanos and Alvaro Castro up on mat number 1.
White leading 6-1 against Anthony Thompson. For another takedown, trying to get some back points. Thompson gets to his knees. Under a minute to go left in the second period between Drayton White and Anthony Thompson. Nice little move there to get Thompson back to the ground.
Yeah, 2 guys on this mat 1, Bolanos, Castro. Not a lot of wrestling experience, I think new to the sport, and it's just fun to see kids trying things in high school still, and credit to Coach Van Dyke and kind of his recruiting and his program and drawing people in.
Yeah, the sport has a ton to offer, even if a varsity roster spot is not where you end up. There's a lot to be gained and a lot of fun to be had at all levels. And South Tama has the benefit there of being able to compete at a sub-varsity level on the boys' side and not just have a varsity squad, to be able to take kids to JV meets and do things at different levels.
Yeah, for sure. Castro with the fall in the first period.
Kyle Youngbear and Matt Martinez.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, Kyle Youngbear, freshman, versus Madden Martinez, sophomore. Excited for this match, kind of see where guys are at.
Right.
You know, it's the future of the program with a senior-heavy class. You got to kind of see how these young guys are going to grow and develop in high school. Madden, another guy, is a freshman last year, kind of had to jump in here and there at varsity level, which is not always ideal for a young freshman at an upper weight like that. But had a good mentality the whole time and responded well to the challenge, didn't get discouraged. So really good to see. Kyle Youngbear bringing a lot of experience, with wrestling through middle school, youth. So two guys know what they're doing, and good athletes as well.
Youngbear had a nice role in the second half of the STC football season this year with the varsity team on both offense and defense. Of course, he's the younger brother of Jacob Youngbear, and unfortunately, Jacob unable to compete in the wrestling season this year after a really stellar junior campaign where he made the state tournament. Here's a takedown by Martinez to start out. And,
yeah, definitely too bad for Jacob, but just kind of that's you never know. You never know when it's going to be.
Right.
Never would have guessed last year as a junior that'd be his last time wrestling in high school, but that's why you kind of have to put it all out there, and fortunate that he was able to get to the state tournament last year. Definitely can hang his hat on that accomplishment.
Yep.
Quick takedown by Madden Martinez. He'll take a 2-1 lead over Youngbear. Youngbear gets back to his feet for the escape.
30 seconds to go left in the first period. We're kind of around the 152-pound bracket, roughly speaking. Martinez was at 160 a lot last year, and
yeah, I think surprised. I guess these guys just kind of filling out. Could be looking at 90, not necessarily that they're 190-pound size, but that might be the need for the team. So that could be a possibility. And Youngbear gets takedown there. He's up 3-2. Drayton White will take the victory over on mat number 2, 9-1 over Anthony Thompson. Good match for those guys. I think we'll take a break here till the second half.
Yep, so we're going to go just down to one mat here.
Youngbear defers to Martinez. Martinez is going to go down. It's tied up 3-3. Both have a takedown. Both have an escape. Martinez with the escape, so now we're 4-3.
And so after this match, I believe we're going to have a kind of a raffle activity here at the gym. So it's going to be just a little bit of an intermission, and then 1, 2, 3, 6, maybe 8 rounds, 7, 8 rounds of wrestling left to come here. Still yet to wrestle, Maylee Ellsbury, South Tama's returning state champion, will take on Coach Logan Arp. Logan Arp just a year and a half removed from the STC program himself, a multi-year place winner, was a runner-up at one point in his career, and he's back helping out, coaching the team this year. So he'll be wrestling Maylee Ellsbury in the second half. And another coach and wrestler matchup, Gavin Bridgewater, South Tama's state finalist from 2 years ago, was a third-place winner last year. He's going to be wrestling Coach Levi Kaufman later in the second half of today's broadcast. And some other wrestlers we haven't seen yet, too. A lot of boys with the larger roster. The girls have a lot of them wrestling 2 matches here today, but a lot of the boys' side we haven't seen yet either.
It's just good action on their feet. Neither willing to kind of concede a takedown. Both kind of getting close. 10 seconds left here in the second period. Martinez has a 4-3 lead and an escape in the second period.
And we'll go into the, let's see here. Is that the, we'll go into the third now, with Kyle Youngbear leading 4-3 over Madden Martinez.
behind 4-3.
Behind 4, excuse me,
Yep.
yep.
So he'll go down, look to tie it up here, if he can get to his feet. Definitely anticipate, throughout the year, whether it's consistent or filling in, both these guys will definitely see some varsity action. And young, but I think they're they can definitely hold their own.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Nothing yet for an escape here. Now we've got the escape, so we're 4-4 tied up. Minute left into the third.
One of the closer matches we've seen here yet today.
It's competitive and fun. They both kind of gotten behind each other and can't really finish to take it to the mat for the takedown. Young Bear just kind of walks out of that. Martinez looking for the headlock, but Young Bear is able to roll it through for the 2 takedowns, 6-4. Don't know if we'll be done scoring yet in this match, though. We got 45 seconds left. Young Bear riding tough here. 20 seconds left in the third.
Four seconds left to go. Kyle Young Bear coming back in this third period. And he's now got a 2-point lead.
Locked hands. He'll still take the 6-5 lead.
We have a little intermission here. I'm going to hand the mic over to Coach Van Dyke.
All right, we're going to have an intermission here. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors for this winter season. We'll be back with some more wrestling. Thanks for being with us.
Where's the abs at? Give me
Lonely night, yeah, I lay in my bed. Sound of my heart just pumping in my chest. Soaked in sweat, the visions they come. Like steel to the hammer, it sounds like a ton. Don't you ever forsake me. Leave me here all alone to bleed. Fighting demons with 2 fists of might. I'm tense and nervous, and I don't sleep at night. Don't you ever mistake me for some joker with a card up his sleeve. Somebody tell me why I'm all alone. Somebody tell me why
All right, welcome back in. We are ready to start our second half of tonight's scrimmage action. Here live from STC High School. Darvin Graham and Scott Bolin with you here tonight. About maybe 7 rounds of wrestling yet to go. Boys and girls in action.
Yep, so on mat 1, we got Alejandro Valdez and Ryden Forch. Another couple guys that are kind of newbies to the sport. And on mat 2, Maylee Ellsbury versus Coach Logan Arp. As Darvin said earlier, Logan Arp, 2020 graduate, 2021 graduate, coming back and giving back to the programs. Been working with the girls program here for almost a month already, 3 weeks.
Yep.
Just good practice partner for Maylee too, you know, just to definitely continue to push and develop her skills. Valdez with the takedown early on mat number 1. Arp with the takedown, quick takedown on mat number 2. Ellsbury, so it's 2-1. Four to 1 lead for Ellsbury, or for Arp over Ellsbury. Valdez has a 5-1 lead on mat number 1 over Forch.
Another 2 points for Valdez as he's got forged, and that will be a pin.
Now wrestling on mat 1, Kinder Jeanette and Cyrus Mathis.
Tied up 4-4. Ellsbury scores, but Arp escapes, and so it will be 5-4 now.
Now wrestling on mat number 1, we have Kinzer Jeanette, Cyrus Mathis, 2 guys with a lot of varsity experience. Cyrus with the early takedown, 2-0 lead on mat number 1. And a 5-4 lead for Arp on mat number 2. Cyrus looking for back points on mat number 1. Doing a good job bridging, fighting off his back.
Good pressure there by Mathis. Jeanette gets to his stomach, but will give up the 3, and now trails 5-0.
Coach Arp with the 6-4 lead on mat number 2. Slick little go behind there for Arp.
Minute to go in the second period between Ellsbury and Arp.
5-8 the score. That escape for Ellsbury. Period comes to close there. Cyrus does pick up 2 on a quick tilt at the end of the period, so it's 7-0 lead. Mathis has his choice, defers to Jeanette. Jeanette's going to go neutral. These guys both will be in the kind of 157, 165 range this year. Possibly 175 for Kinzer. Kinzer's kind of been undersized, I feel like, the last couple of years, had to wrestle up and fill in a need, so to speak. Cyrus gets another 2, has Kinzer in danger here. Been able to fight off his back, so add another 3 near fall with a 12-0 lead. Escape there makes it 12-1. We're 10-7 over on Coach Arp and Maylee Ellsbury.
Quick ankle dive there by Jeanette. Starting a minute to go. Minute left in the third period between Ellsbury and Coach Arp. And about 40 seconds left in period 2 between Cyrus Mathis and Kinzer Jeanette. (12-7), another takedown there by Coach Logan Arp, leading, and a quick escape by Ellsbury.
12-8 the lead. Third period over here with Kinzer Jeanette and Cyrus Mathis. They go neutral to start the third. Cyrus in on a takedown right away. It's a 2 takedown. Once again, looking to put Kinzer in danger here. Collecting some back points. If he gets 3, that will be the tech fall. Cyrus will be the winner.
So Mathis over Jeanette. Next up on mat 1, Tristan Sanjonia taking on Wyatt Silhonic. And on mat 2, Manuel Cervantes taking on Enrique Anaya.
Got the freshman versus the senior there on mat number 2. Enrique Anaya with a quick takedown over on mat number 2. He now leads 2-0. Anaya working on the half. Cervantes doing a good job just kind of building up to his base.
Takedown by Sanjonia. Still, well, not awarded a takedown there. It's kind of a scramble.
Yeah, quick little scramble, no takedown.
So we're still scoreless between Silhonic and Sanjonia. And Anaya still leading by 2 in that top position.
that way to end the first period, 2-0. Anaya in front of Cervantes. Still scoreless on mat number 1 between Chandonia and Silhonic. Neutral to start the second on mat number 2. I believe Chandonia's sophomore. Both these guys might be sophomores. Chandonia, Silhonic.
Oh, Sonic's I want to say junior.
Could be a junior.
Yeah.
Wrestled last year for sure. Maybe his freshman year too. Chandonia, I don't know if he's maybe his second year.
Another takedown by Anaya.
Chandonia might be a junior too. It's hard when they leave the middle
I know.
school at least.
Yeah, right.
Lose track where they're at.
Still scoreless in this match, though.
Yep.
Start of the second period. Silhonic underneath to start.
Naya with the 4-0 lead on mat 2 over Cervantes. I think they were neutral, and Naya got another takedown.
Another attack here by Chandonia, and Silhonic kind of methodically working through it. He's got the longer frame, so the little advantage there.
Should be reversal 2 there.
There it is.
So Silhonic take the 2-0 lead. Chandonia right back with the 2 reversal. Maybe I missed a technical violation. Silhonic has the 3-2 lead, but right now Chandonia has Silhonic on his back. I think he gets rolled through. Another exchange of reversal and some near fall coming here.
Reversal by Anaya, and he's now leading 6-0.
So I think the dust settles here. We had another technical violation there at the end. I think it should have been 5-8, 6-8. That's my guess if they can sort out the score here.
Baron Davis refereeing along with Bailey Chima over on the other side. Anaya is putting Cervantes in trouble, and he comes away with the pin. And so that will be a win by fall for Enrique Anaya over Manuel Cervantes.
End was 6-5. Silhonic on top. We have some quick action here with Hill and Chichak. Chichak got the quick takedown, and then Raiden Hill with a reversal, so they're 2-2 tied up. Closing out the second period here. There's 8 seconds left. Just trying to figure out the scoring here a little bit. Looks like there was a locked hands probably on Silhonic. Should tied up 6-6, I would think, if that's what's going on.
Chichak over on the other mat leading 3-2 over Raiden Hill.
Raiden in on a peek through takedown. Looks like he's going to get the 2. Take over 4-3. A reversal there, so it looks like we're now 11-6. Chandonia is leading over Silhonic. Going into the 3rd period.
Nice hard fought match here
Yeah, it's kind of
for some.
could be exciting to get a little less experienced guys,
Right,
that
right.
maybe a little less calculated in their movement and stuff like that. So kind of
The score drives a little up a
yeah,
little bit.
gets to be fun, some fun action. Chandonia working the half. Turn Silhonic over, is going to get some back points. Kind of bringing him back to adjust for the fall, but
Chichok, the. Let's see here. No, did not get awarded an escape there. It was the end of the period.
Chandonia ends up winning by fall over Silhonic on mat number 1. It's going to bring up Kyan McBride, senior, versus Brandon Romo. Kyan McBride, senior, kind of been a few of these guys as seniors. It's just like maybe they've wrestled some years, taken years off. Good to see him back out as a senior. You know, I think he definitely could be a contributor at that heavyweight or between these two guys. Not familiar with this Romo. Might be a new move-in kid, but excited to see what these guys got. Still 4-3 over on mat number 2. Braden Hill on bottom right now, but currently leading 4-3. McBride takes down Romo, and for the quick 21-second fall, your winner, Kyan McBride over Brandon Romo. Looks like it'll bring up Travis's little brother, Carver Chichok, versus Kyle Heck. Ooh.
30 seconds yet in the second period.
Carver Chichok in on a quick shot off the whistle. And we'll collect a 2 takedown for the early lead over Heck. The Heck right back up to his feet for the escape. So 2-1 on mat number 1. Chichok in the lead right now. Chichok collects some back points over there on mat number 2. So he's up 6-4 right now with period winding down. So yeah, he'll take the 6-4 lead, win, I should say. Oh, maybe I had the periods wrong. So third period, not quite over yet, sorry. He's up 6-4. Chichok starts on the bottom position. Hill on top. Carver's in on a shot again on Heck. Heck doing a decent job fending it off here, but looks like Chichok will collect a 2.
Leading 4-1, Carver Chichok in the first period. Midway into the third period, Travis Chichok still leading over Raiden Hill.
Heck back on his feet, so 4-2. Chichok also able to escape over there on mat number 2, so he's leading 7-4. 1:17 left on the clock for the match. Chichok in on a bear hug, takes Hill down to his No back points, but collects 2, 9-4 lead. First period winding down on mat number 1. It's going to be Carver Chichok's choice. He defers to Heck. He's been doing a good job on the bottom, so I think he'll go down to start the second. Scrambling over there on mat number 2, and it ends with the escape for Hill. He's trailing 9-6 to Travis Chichok.
16 seconds left to go in this final period. Hill going to have to make a last second scramble.
Keeps wrestling, so that's good. So in that match with Chichok taking the win 9-6, but a lot of good action. Both guys kept wrestling the whole time.
Now wrestling on mat 2, Donovan Rossaball and David King.
So now up on mat number 2, we have Donovan Rasavong and David King.
Still 4-3 lead for Carver Chichok over Kyle Heck. Minute to go in the second period.
Chichok gets the escape there for 5-5 tied up match here. 30 seconds left in the second period. Heck gets the takedown in the closing seconds here of the second period. He'll take a 7-5 lead heading into the third period.
Back and forth match here between Heck and Chichok as they go into the third. Chichok will choose neutral. Still scoreless between King and Rasavong. Minute
Another
to go.
quick takedown right off the whistle. It's kind of a quick attack, low ankle attack for Chichok, and he'll tie the match up 7-7.
Kyle Heck with the reversal
Get
there.
the reversal, 9-7 lead. Still scoreless on mat number 2 between King and Rasavong. Feeling each other out this first period. Coaches got to love the effort of these guys. Just keep going up to their feet, up to their feet. It's good to see. Sometimes that can be the toughest thing on bottom, is just getting up to your feet, getting up to your feet. Just looking to stay in bounds there, peel the hands, get the escape. Now he's down 8-9, still shooting. Heck able to sprawl back, get his legs back.
Minute 15 on the clock, third period.
Be out of bounds, so fresh start here, neutral. Got about a little over a minute left in the third period, 9-8 lead for Heck. Start of the second period, Rasavong starts on bottom against King.
And an escape for Rossavongs. Puts the first points on the board in that Mat 2 match.
Shot off the whistle here, and he's going to collect the 2. Carver Chichak for 10-9 lead, 30 seconds left.
Back and forth affair here.
Let's see if Heck can get back to his feet here and tie this thing up. It could be, haven't seen an overtime match yet, so it's,
Could be fun.
yeah. But Carver working hard on top, looking to, Kyle's going to get his arm through, up to his feet.
Out of bounds.
Sure, yeah, he's not. 11 seconds. Rasvang leading 3-0 on mat number 2. Back to his feet here, short time. Looks like, oh! Didn't give the one, it was close. Almost did a little dance move there, Toro.
2 seconds left to go. Tied at 10.
2 seconds, not going to quite be enough time, so it should have been.
Yeah, I thought we were at 9-10.
I think so too. I don't know if they prematurely gave the 1 there. I think, yes, they got it right. 10-9 win for Carver Chichak, but another great match. You know, a lot of good action, so good to see out of some of these guys maybe don't have the varsity experience, but they're going to go out there and they're going to wrestle hard.
Next up on mat 1, Anthony Thompson and Cody Blocker. Well, no. Let's see. It looks like we're swinging things around here a little bit.
Pushing Braden Camera and Wyatt Smith. Saw Braden Camera earlier today in the first match against Giovanni Perez, and now he's taking on Wyatt Smith. Good to see Wyatt out for wrestling. Wyatt's in on a quick takedown. Kind of stopped wrestling for a second. He's going to give up the reversal, so it'll be 2-2. Kind of missed the ending there. Did
I think it was a pin.
Rossavang win?
Rossavang,
Parents, after the action tonight, we're going to have a quick parent meeting in the cafeteria. So when the guys are done wrestling, head out to the cafeteria. Knight wants to have a meeting with them. Just the boys team. Just the boys team.
Camera looks like he's working on a headlock. Not sure. He does collect the arm. Smith in trouble there. We'll collect the fall. Braden Camera on mat number 1 over Wyatt Smith.
You're up on mat 1.
Now wrestling on mat number 2, Anthony Thompson, Cody Blocker. Couple juniors going at it. Now wrestling on, looks like it's going to be Madden Martinez and Tavius Sanders. Kind of a interesting match. You know, I think those guys, 8th grade, when Blocker's been healthy, you probably give him the nod, you know, as far as winning a match, but then injury-plagued freshman, sophomore year. Thompson has those 2 years of high school experience that might give him the, I think it'll still be a competitive match, but Thompson does jump out to the early 2-0 lead.
And Thompson took a close What was the score to that one? He took a decision loss. It was 9-1, decision loss against Drayton White in the first half today. Blocker, meanwhile, has also wrestled, and he got a win by fall over Caleb Coster.
Sanders takes an early lead, hit a headlock, collected the 3 back points, 5-0, and then got rolled through, so he had a reversal 2, and then Natavia Sanders escaped, so it should be 2-6. Should be 2-6. Well, he didn't give him the escape there, so 2-5. Sanders underneath Martinez. Believe Sanders should be a junior, sophomore.
Not sure.
Didn't wrestle last year as a freshman, but a lot of experience. Wrestled in the past, I know, in junior high and youth. Big athletic kid.
Thompson in the lead, 4-0 against Cody Blocker, and a 1-point escape for Blocker. Nope, excuse me, 1-point escape for Thompson off that bottom position. Gives him a 5-0 lead. Five seconds yet to go in this first period between Sanders and Martinez. Sanders maintaining the 5-2 lead. Another takedown there by Anthony Thompson, and he pulls out to a 7-0 lead.
He's got Blocker in danger there on his back. We'll collect the fall. Thompson, winner by fall. Now up on mat number 2, Manuel Cervantes versus, looks like, I think I heard Alvaro Castro.
Yeah.
We'll see Kyle Youngbear and Chance Ryan or not.
Well, they both went out when we had the introductions.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
4-5 on mat number 1. Martinez is trailing on top right now with Sanders on the bottom. Sanders hit the headlock at the beginning of the match, and then Madden's kind of controlled on top. Past that, but still trailing on the scoreboard.
Handful of matches yet to go here, and then we'll wrap things up for this 2023-24 inter-squad scrimmage.
Into the second period on mat number 1. Martinez trailing Sanders 4-5. Looks like we'll go neutral to start the third period.
Cervantes scores a takedown, and he leads 2-0 against Castro. Last seconds of the first period. Castro the escape.
Cervantes with the escape.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
Yep, backwards here.
Martinez gets the takedown to take the lead, 6-5 here in the third period. Castro on bottom to start the second on mat number 2. It's up 2-1 right now on Cervantes. Giving up back points. Cervantes looking for the fall, and he's going to get it. Start of the second period here.
Two-time place finisher, Gavin Bridgewater, and a legend in his own line, Coach Levi Kaufman.
Got 30 seconds left here on mat number 1. Period 3, Martinez still leading 6-5. It's been kind of a workhorse on top throughout the entire match. Sanders doesn't have much of an answer for him. Up on mat number 2, we got Coach Levi Kaufman taking on multi-time place winner Gavin Bridgewater. This is a rematch of last year's inter-squad. Remember my advice to Kaufman, just with Bridgewater, be crafty. Use your wisdom in your years. Just hard to go at this time of the year, especially for us old guys to kind of get back in shape and get your timing back in wrestling and stuff like that. You know, at the beginning of the year, you're not necessarily wrestling, rolling with the guys as much.
Yep.
So it's tough. I've been there before. But I think if I remember last year, Kaufman kind of mixed it up a lot with Bridgewater. It's hard to last 3 periods with
Right.
just a guy that obviously Bridgewater, testament to Bridgewater, just the athlete that he is and the shape he's always in, competing all the time,
Multi-sport
training
athlete,
all the time.
Bridgewater with the shoulder strap there, and battled through some injuries during the football season and kind of came through that and is looking for his looking for a successful senior campaign on the wrestling mats this year, and still, as far as I know, undecided as to how and where he's going to compete. He's probably got options on the football field and on the wrestling mats, and that's yet to be determined.
I think just got end of the day, kind of what's my passion.
Yeah.
It's not going to get any easier at the college level. If either sport that you choose, you really got to commit yourself. So how, you know, it's a little easier, whatever you're most passionate about, to do that. Look for exciting senior year. You know, at one point we thought shoulders might be season-ending, you know, injury. So for him to be on the mat is good. Kaufman catching Gavin.
Getting after it.
Yeah, on cousin Bailey Chima, probably going to be nice to Gavin. Won't call the fall there, but Kaufman's going to take the early 5-0 lead after the end of the first period. Coach Van Dyke telling Bridgewater, you got to push the pace now on the old guy. You got to push the conditioning.
Get the gas pedal down. Yeah.
Kaufman right up to his feet off the whistle. It's a way to show the young guys how you do it. So take a 6-0 lead, start of the second period. Nice re-attack by Bridgewater. He'll collect 2. expect him to go back to his feet, kind of continue like Coach Van Dyke said, push the pace
Yeah.
here, make Kaufman work. Six to 2. Now Kaufman in on the shot. Got deep. Takes the 2 takedown for a 9-2 lead. Looks like we might be in a stalemate situation here. Bridgewater can cut the corner here, and he does. Pick up 2 reversal, so 4 to 9.
Shout out to the STC wrestling cheerleaders this year. There, you can see them all lined up there on the far end of your screen.
Coach Kaufman gets warned for stalling.
Prudent
He's
refereeing there.
trying to survive down there. That's the end of the second period. Coach Kaufman still leads 9-4. Looks like Coach Kaufman had a good 4 minutes in him. We'll see how he does these last 2.
Not hurrying too fast to get back to the middle there.
Bridgewater is going to choose down to start the third. Bridgewater right up to his feet. Kaufman with the mat return. On a leg in. Bridgewater doesn't want to waste too much time here. Coach Kaufman doesn't mind being here, hanging on a little bit.
Right.
Scissor the body.
Minute 20 on the clock, third period. Action between South Tama former state runner-up Gavin Bridgewater and Coach Levi Kaufman.
1 minute left in the third period here. Bridgewater looks to crowd back. Kaufman kind of regains control. .30 seconds remaining. Bridgewater still working hard down there. Oh, close to some back points there.
15 seconds.
Gonna have to have the rubber match at some point.
I think the old dog's going to come away with this one. Coach Levi Kaufman with a 9-4 win over Gavin Bridgewater to round out our action here at the Roundhouse. Quick rundown of the results from tonight's inter-squad scrimmage.
Middle school wrestlers, come down to the head table. Middle school wrestlers.
In no particular order, we had Giovanni Perez with with Braden Chamra with an 8-5 win over Giovanni Perez. Cale Graff with a pin over Eli Crookshank. Ramiro Sakic with a 5-3 win over Kyle Heck. Amari Chavez with a 6-0 decision win over Eli Brandon. Mikhail Bear with a 15-1 tech fall over Clayton Babinet. Cody Blocker with a pin over Caleb Coster. Drayton White with a 9-1 decision over Anthony Thompson. Alvaro Castro with a pin over Raul Bolanos. Kyle Youngbear with a 6-5 win over Madden Martinez. On the girls' side, Livia Smith defeated Taylor Johansson 11-2. Keely Holloway pinned Ava Hendricks. Ioletta Kingbird got a pin over Emma Slifer. Keely Holloway won by fall over London Jeanette. Paisley Bro pinned Willow Cole. Autumn Ellsbury with a pin over Abigail Chima. Olivia Smith with a 9-1 win over Edith Mora Martinez. Or excuse me, Olivia Smith with a tech fall win over Edith Mora Martinez. Brooklyn Mitchell 9-1 over Ioletta Kingbird in the second half. Alejandro Valdez with a pin over Ryden Forcht. Cyrus Mathis winning 17-3 over Kinzer Jeanette. Tristan Chandonia with a win by fall over Wyatt Silhanic. Kyan McBride pinned Brandon Romo. Carver Chichok won 10-9 over Kyle Heck. Anthony Thompson defeated Cody Blocker by fall. Madden Martinez got a 6-5 decision over Natavius Sanders. Maylee Ellsbury took on Coach Logan Arp in what was a 12-8 win for Coach Arp. Enrique Anaya won by fall over Manuel Cervantes. Travis Chichok won 9-6 over Raiden Hill. Donovan Rasavong won by fall over David King. Braden Chamra won by fall over Wyatt Smith. And Manuel Cervantes won by fall over Alvarado Castro. And in our final match here was Gavin Bridgewater losing to Coach Levi Kaufman 9-5. And so that kind of does it for the action here at the Roundhouse. Another successful intra-squad scrimmage, and our wrestling season is underway. Any final thoughts from you, Scott, before we sign off here?
No, I mean, I think I said earlier, just kind of fun to see this grow and continue to be successful year after year. Kind of kick off to the boys' season and celebrating the girls' start of their season, and looking for some good success this year. I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving and good relaxing break here, and we'll be back in December with some good action.
Yep, December 7, more wrestling coming your way. It's going to be Pin the Gym night here at the Roundhouse. South Tama taking on Benton. Girls and boys actions slated to start at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, we'll have all kinds of basketball coverage between then and now. Next Tuesday, the Trojans host Sadell in a boy-girl doubleheader. That also set to start at 6 p.m. So tune in then for our next broadcast. Reminder, if you'd like to go check in on how the girls' varsity basketball game is going against Marshalltown this evening, if you just search KFJB TV, the KFJB radio station over in Marshalltown, they have a free broadcast going up on YouTube right now, and you can watch that throughout the evening. So best of luck to the girls as they're taking on Marshalltown, and good luck to the wrestling program, the boys and the girls, as they get their seasons underway. Thanks to Scott Boland, I'm Darvin Graham, and we will see you next time. Thanks for being with us, Trojan fans. Good night, and go Trojans.